Hey guys, Diesel Mike here. I'm going to go over how I winterized the mower for the end of the season. This will be a thorough tutorial on clearing out the gas tank and shutting it down for the winter. Now, why do we need to winterize it? Simply, it's because of the ethanol in the gasoline these days. Ethanol is an enemy to these engines, and the smaller the engine, the worse it is. So it's really important to winterize your line trimmers, backpack blowers, chainsaws, stuff like that. On these 4-stroke engines, probably not as overkill as what you're going to see me go through here today, but nonetheless, I'll do it anyway. Now, this is a commercial grade X-Mark mower, so it does have all the bells and whistles. There's the shut-off valve for the fuel. I could simply turn that off, start up the engine. It'll clean out the carburetor until the engine dies, and under most circumstances that would probably be enough. Put a little fuel stabilizer in the gas tank, and it should be good for the winter. We're gonna take it a little bit further. Now, there is a little planning involved. I didn't want it holds 12 gallons of gas, and I didn't want it to be completely full at this point. So on the last couple mows that I did for the season, I wasn't filling it up, and I'm pretty low right now. My gas light's been on, so there might be about a half a gallon, quarter gallon left, or whatever. I want to get that out of there. Of course, if this was a small piece of equipment, I could dump it on its side and turn it over and empty out the fuel tank. What I'm going to do here, there's the fuel line coming from the gas tank. It goes into the gas filter, the fuel filter there, and then continues on into the carburetor and supplies the engine. I'm going to unclamp it there, put a gas can underneath, and drain the rest of the tank. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I took the clamp off. I put the hose in a empty gas can here, and I'm just draining off whatever gasoline was left in the engine, and that's just about done. Let's open it up here so it doesn't create a vacuum leak. I have the mower just slightly tilted, just so that drain line is below the gas tank, and it's emptying out right now. And we're gonna get that completely clear and empty. Okay, I got my clamp hooked back up, and it drained as much as I could out of the gas tank. And now what I'm going to do is just simply start the engine up again, and I'm going to let it run till it chokes out. I don't need to choke it. I've just finished cutting the grass, so it's all warm. So we're going to start it up and let it run till it conks out. Okay, so I let the mower run for a while. It just conked out, and to really make sure we clean the carburetor out, I'm going to give it a couple more cranks. See what happens here. Here it just wants to. Then I'll give it a little choke. Okay. So that is one empty carburetor, one empty gas tank. Okay, now that the carburetor is all emptied out of the ethanol gasoline that's been running all season, what we're going to go to now is this TruFuel. Now, what TruFuel is ethanol-free, high-octane, 100% gasoline, and it comes in a couple different formulas. The gray can is the one that we use for a 4-cycle. As I mentioned earlier in the video, it's really most important to clean out the ethanol on the smaller machines like your line trimmer and your backpack blower, and that's where you use the 50-to-1. It's pre-mixed. That stuff is really important to use on those machines. Now, the beauty about this stuff, you don't have to flush it out when it's all done. What we're going to do is just add a little bit, just enough that I could get the engine started again. because I'm not going to have to drain this all out. At $6 a quart, we don't want to use a ton of it. Put that back there. Okay, so now we just have put the gas cap back on, and that's not like a stabilizer. It doesn't get mixed with gasoline. It just gets used straight as is. So now get the choke on, probably take a couple cranks to get this going. I don't want to burn out the starter, so we'll do it in stages. Again, it's just because the lines are so cleared right now. Okay, now what I want to do is just run that through there for a couple minutes. Just let that ethanol-free fuel work its way out, really dry out the carburetor, get rid of any gunk that was in there that was left in there from the ethanol gasoline. Now, while I was running it before to run the regular gasoline out, I worked on a couple other things. I power washed the deck, I cleaned that up. I did my backpack blower. I did the small engine. Again, that's a 4-stroke. There's no. Again, what's the difference between 2-stroke and 4-stroke? Simply put, 2-stroke engines are your ones that take a gasoline oil mix. Again, line trimmers, backpack blowers, chainsaws. That's the stuff you really want to use. If you just empty the carburetors out and let it run dry with the 4-stroke engines, it's probably good enough, but this really gives it a good cleaning out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hop on the mower, engage the blades, you know, get it under a little bit of a load to really get that clean fuel mixing in there, and then we'll be back. Okay, now we could have did 1 and 2. Now, as you see, the mower is on the trailer, and it's not staying here for the winter. So whether it gets stored in a shed or garage, when I bring it to its final resting place for the winter, what I will do is again start it up, and then I will turn the shut-off valve for the gas line again till it runs dead. But the beauty with TruFuel, this is not necessary. TruFuel has no ethanol in it. It's a very clean fuel. It doesn't matter if it sits in the engine. It doesn't matter if it's in the carburetor. It will not cake up. I could just, right now, it is done. I could put this mower away as is, and it'll start up like a gem come March, April, whenever it is that we start it up. But I have the shut-off valve. I'll do it anyway to let it completely run it dry. Like I said, not completely necessary. For example, the backpack blower. I put the TruFuel in. I've been running it to clean off some of the other equipment. I'm just going to store it away. It's fine. That'll stay fresh. It won't gunk up, and I'll have a nice healthy carburetor come the spring. The only other thing that you did not see in this video, I mean, I pretty much showed you how to winterize the engine. When I do park it in its final place, which in my case will be a garage, so it'll be kind of protected from the elements, I will disconnect the battery. I'll put the battery on a workbench and let it trickle charger or a battery tender sit on it all winter long. I'll remove the blades, have them sharpened and ready for the spring. Power wash the underside of the deck, which I did already, and you know, just clean off all the debris, and that'll be it. Then it'll be good to go for the spring. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something here. Diesel Mike, winterizing an Exmark commercial mower.